Hey guys, Bormai here. Today I've got some setting adjustments that you can make that might help you get the advantage on a gunfight. I'm calling these the best Warzone console settings. So let's jump right into this. These are the best Warzone console settings. Have you ever dropped into, say, like a hot LZ, a really spicy location, and you've been killed trying to pick up a gun or an object or even interact with something like a door or a vehicle? Basically, you had to hold the button down, and it would be, a second before it actually interacted with that object or picked that up. There's a change you can make, and it's called tap to use. Here's how you change it. What you want to do is you open up your settings. You're going to scroll down all the way until you find down use/reload behavior. Now this is what you want. There's three settings. Tap to reload is going to be the default. Then you have tap to use, which is much better, but I personally like contextual tap. Contextual tap taps to reload, priority use whenever possible, but holding down the button will always reload. I personally like this one better. This is going to make it where entering and exiting vehicles, you just have to tap the button. Interacting with any object, including picking things up, opening doors, is just a quick tap. Makes the game so much easier. Definitely slows down or stops altogether the fact that you can't run over a gun and pick it up quickly and start firing it. A quick and easy change that makes a huge difference is making your tactical map a square. So basically, you'll give up a small amount of view real estate to get a bigger tactical map. And it actually helps out more seeing cars coming your way or where people are shooting from. It really helps out. I think you'll like it. To change this, you open up your settings, go over to General, scroll down to Minimap Shape, and change from round to square. Auto Move Forward or Autorun is not one that I personally use, but I hear a lot of people raving about it. I know a lot of players are using this. I can see the benefits of this. I do, when I have used it, like the fact that if you're running from the storm, you can hit the button and you don't have to worry about it. You're just sprinting, and you can kind of let off the controller, do something else if you got a long run. I don't like it because too many times I end up running over my cover, running past it, running away from it on accident. Open up your options, controller, and all the way down to auto sprint. Now on this, it's actually one lower. I moved auto forward to enable and disable, but if you take a look, you can see it's actually the next one down. Tap to slide is awesome. This change will make you a corner sliding genius with a simple tap. It'll make you look like Keanu Reeves in movies like The Matrix or John Wick, where you're just going to look like a pro sliding around a corner lighting people up. Once again, that's under Settings, Controller, slide down to Tap to slide, and change it from hold to tap. The tactical button layout will take some getting used to. You're going to have to relearn some muscle memory here. But this is a major switch because I guarantee you use crouch way more often than melee. So what this does is this takes your right thumbstick, when you press it in, it's going to make that your crouch, your prone, or your slide button instead of your melee button. Now, as I said, I would put a wager that you use your crouch and slide far more often than melee. The tactical button layout is probably the easiest of all to change, as soon as you hit your options button, it is the very first setting under controller. You change this from default to tactical. One thing you're definitely going to want to do is turn off or turn down all post-production graphics, such as film grain and motion blur. If you watch any of the pro gamers, they've turned off all production settings. They don't care how the game looks. They just want the bare bones. Basically, what the bare bones does is reduce the lag, because motion blur makes the game look more cinematic. Basically, it just adds frames, which to the human eye means lag. Open up your options, go over to General, slide down to Film Grain. I turned mine down to 45. You can play with some numbers, see what you think. Also, you're going to want to slide down to Motion Blur and Weapon Motion Blur and disable both of those. This will help reduce lag. You're also going to want to make sure that your thumbstick sensitivity is right for you. Unlike TDM or other game modes where you want to have a really high sensitivity, in this one, for Warzone, you definitely want to go a little bit slower. So I use a 7, but in TDM or Search and Destroy, I use a 12. Thumbstick sensitivity is under Options, Controller, Horizontal and Vertical sensitivity. You want to turn these down, figure out what's right for you. I tell you this, if you're over scrolling when you're in a gunfight, you're too fast. If you're under scrolling, you're too slow. And finally, that brings me to ADS sensitivity. ADS sensitivity is going to be located under Controller, ADS sensitivity, Low Zoom Multiplier, and High Zoom Multiplier. High Zoom, I just leave it default. I haven't had a problem with my sniper. Low Zoom, for those up-close battles, I kind of have it slowed down. Play with the numbers, find out what works for you. Leave me a comment. Let me know what tips helped you out, what tips you already knew, what tips you didn't know. Until next time, I'm Bormai, signing out.